Good morning. It's a Monday and I've been editing yesterday's video, which I started editing yesterday. I'm stopping now because it's 9:30 and the hotel has kindly laid on, has given me a complimentary breakfast, and it starts at 9:30, so I'm gonna wash down and have some breakfast. Hello again. Right, I finished the edit, but because it's about over 40 minutes long, and I know that's going to take, quick thinking, about 5 hours. Let me see, 17 times 4. I don't know, I can't think right now. I know it's going to take hours, and I know the clinger would arrive way before it finishes. So I decided to log out and come out. And I noticed when I was logging out, well, you saw me log out. Or was that to go to breakfast? That was to go to breakfast. When I came back from breakfast, which was 2 rations of bacon. I won't go there. Usual. But I had a strawberry yogurt this time, which was nice to have as a last meal, just to sweeten the palate. Anyway, I came back to the hotel room and finished the edit. I was surprised how much I got done this morning, thinking I was like a third of the way through yesterday, and somehow I passed the halfway mark. Oh, where am I at the moment? I'm in the east part of Manor Gardens. I thought I'd go for a long walk. I want to come back about 3:30. Oh, anyway. So I decided to go out, but I noticed the TV was off. Now and again it comes out with a message saying there's no reception, basically. Check the aerial connections. Sometimes it comes back on its own. So I left it alone, and I noticed it's been about a while with nothing happening. So I tried fiddling with the aerials. There's a cable, an extended aerial cable, not an aerial itself. It's an aerial extension cable that runs from the left part of the window, which probably leads to a communal aerial, and the other part goes under the radiator, up the bathroom wall and into the telly. So I fiddled with both sockets to no avail, and then I tried to retune and it's not picking up any channels. So I told the owner, and he said he's going to pop up with his tools. So I tried a couple of retunes while I was back in the hotel, and nothing happened. So I put my coat on and walked out and headed to Gildred Park and Manor Gardens, which is where I am now, to give you an update, really. The time now is, I don't know, but it is here. Right, so now I'm going to carry on walking and if I find another secluded area in an area of interest, I'll be back on the screen. I wonder where this leads to. It's a golf course. I knew I'd stumble across a golf ball. I just knew it. One of the golfers said there's no way out in the direction I'm going, but I'm just gonna see for myself. I can smell bleach. There's no towels on the bed, and the cups haven't been changed. And the bins haven't been emptied. So the cleaners haven't been. Oh. It's fixed. Ooh. Well, that was quite a good walk, and a very good walk. And we haunted. I revisited some of the old haunts, like Gildred Park and Manor Gardens, and also Motcombe Gardens as well. I sort of, as I veered towards Old Town and Old Town shops, I came back past Motcombe Gardens, and there was when I came out of Manor Gardens towards, I suppose, Waitrose and Old Town, well, that entrance I came out of, I've passed by in the car, and I've often wondered what was, because as you can see, when you step out and look back, it was quite a lavish entrance, and I often thought what park that was and where would it lead. I had no idea for a second it was part of Manor Gardens. It was a really good, satisfying walk, hindered only by an occurrence from above, from one of the feathery kind. I was on the way back from Motcombe Gardens. I actually took a shortcut through it, came out, turned right, turned left, and I think, and I was on my way back heading towards Waitrose in the other direction. And I don't know what it was, but I felt something hit my head like rain, but it wasn't raining. And I wasn't standing under an awning or anything like that. So I thought, oh dear, I've been, a bird has done its business. So I rubbed my hair, and I couldn't feel anything except for a little bit of brown stuff, but I can't find anywhere else. It felt like a real splat, but I couldn't see anything. Look, I don't know if you can see it, but I rubbed it and smelt it. It wasn't anything, just
I think he did do a business, but it must have, you know how it hurtles, yeah, hurtles down. Sometimes you feel the the gravity of it, and maybe a little bit of debris on the way down. And I think it was just a semi splat. Maybe it broke up in flight, you know, and only bits of it fell on me. But I've been aware of it ever since. So now, thankfully, I'm back in the hotel. I'm going to have a quick shower again and check my clothing properly. I took my coat off. I couldn't see anything in my coat or in my hood. So I'm just going to check now. Now I'm in the convenience of a hotel room and see what really happened. And thankfully the television's on as well now. And I think there's been a slight improvement as well, because when you change channels, no, when I turned it on, it came up with the channel name, what channel it was, what program it was, and that never happened before. And I just turned it over to see if it would happen again, but it hasn't. So I thought there was an improvement there. Right, so I'm going to have a shower and check my clothes and upload yesterday's video. And the time is 2:45. 2:30. Well, I've had the shower, just put my coat away, and well, I'm going to upload the video. I have to take the laptop out and everything, and that's basically it. Just to let you know, I've had the shower and back to normal again. Yeah, that's about it, I think, for now. Just to, I don't know if I should have a cup of coffee. No, I'll kick the export off, and when I'm crashing out on the bed here, watching the, oh, I think the Prime Minister's about to make an announcement. Oh no, I think 3:30 it said. Anyway, it's just the news. Yep, so laptop, set up the laptop, export, and then maybe I'll have a cup of coffee, or just see what's on telly or on YouTube. But I'm relieved to have the shower, just to think worse than birds muck on you. Makes you feel so cheap. Well, I've kicked off the export at 3:15. It reckons it will take 3.5 hours. So we're looking at 6:45, maybe 7 o'clock. It should be ready for upload. The cleaner called as well, but I said just change the bin. I always seem to spend 5 minutes trying to pull apart the bin liner. Actually, I did it quite quickly today though. The secret is to find the lining, which is the bottom of the sack, and then it's just a case of flapping it about, that end of it. then turning it around and blowing into the top end so it opens up, and then you pull it apart. So yeah, it's about my fourth or fifth attempt, maybe more. Yeah, so she's come and gone, so now I've got the rest of the day to kill, I guess, now, while this exports. It's going to take, oh, looks like 4 hours now, so maybe, yeah, 8 o'clock. Then when it gets in the evening, I'll probably pop out and get another water and another grapefruit juice and a couple of sandwiches, and I've got a whole bag of crisps there, so maybe one bag of multi-packs. I might even get pickles. It depends if they're doing a deal. But for 85p you get 6 packets, and they're crinkled crinkled or wrinkly crisps, which are quite tasty. There was something I was going to say. Oh yes. Sorry. Oh yes. When I was coming home, or to the hotel, via Manor Gardens, I saw this public path that led up into the woods, and as you saw, I sort of, well, I filmed it, and it turned out that it was a, a golf course, and there was a signpost there with no signs on it. So guess what? I went in the wrong direction, didn't I? I went left instead of right. So a couple of golfers told me, you're going in the wrong direction. But I didn't go back. I saw an estate, like a private residence type block of flats or apartments, and in between there was a little wall. So I climbed on the wall, and it wasn't too high, and there was a hole in the wall, so I could put my foot in there, and then I sort of used it as a ladder, a single winged ladder, onto the verge. Well, I was on the verge actually of a nervous breakdown. No, I meant I was on the verge, and then I went into the slight ravine. I put my foot in the wall, and then used it as a step ladder onto the other side, which was part of this nice apartment block. And I just walked out, you know, expecting for my collar to be felt, but it wasn't. And oh, Prime Minister is about to make an announcement about Brexit. So it must be 3:30. Well, it's gone now, 3:30. I've got it on mute, by the way, on the BBC News channel. I'm digressing, sorry. So yeah, what happened? And then that way I got out through the block of flat apartments. It was quite high class. It wasn't your one of the mill council estate. It was quite a private residency. And that way I got back on the road and head back to the hotel. I knew there was a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Well, I'm going to watch the news now.
Stop for joining the euro, never to join it, and stop the dictates and the stupid laws coming from Europe, because
I just had a snooze actually. I think it was about half an hour, and the PM cues are still on. The time is 20 to 5, and I think I'll have that cup of coffee and some custard cream biscuits. Hooray, finished a few seconds ago. 2 minutes past 8. It shouldn't be a big deal that a file should export successfully or finished successfully, but files of that size, or the last two files of that size, caused me untold misery. Those, remember the ones where I had to break it into pairs or sets of 3, and then have to bring it all into another editor to export. But this time it didn't, and I know why now. It was because I have a defective flash drive. Even though it's got 30 gigabytes of memory, you can't overload it all in one go. You can't keep building onto it. You have to, just like with so many individual files, like 80, you can't take all 80 files and move it across onto the drive. You have to do it in batches of 20. You can't, as I say, put everything in one go or extend it over a long time, because it's delicate and it's prone to crash, which I didn't realise, you see. What I've done here is I've saved it to the desktop and not the flash drive, and so it worked okay. And normally I would save it to the desktop, but I think last time or the time before last, I was scraping for memory because I thought I didn't have enough space on the flash drive, and of course I did. And it was just an erroneous statement. And what I did then was to put files on the desktop, so I didn't have enough space
on the desktop, which is where I normally export the files, the video to. Anyway, it's all done now, and I'm going to upload it. And I think while it's uploading, I'm going to dash out and get a couple of sandwiches, a spare water, spare grapefruit juice, and one multi-pack bag of crisp. And I'm going when in fact it's already started, I think. Yes, it's already started. I don't want to watch it in case it'll spoil it. I'm talking about Only Connect, and after that University Challenge. So I'll have to catch them on iPlayer. Hopefully it'll be ready to watch when I come back. The reason, I don't know what the reason is. I was very careful moving the laptop, but as soon as I turned on the Wi-Fi, the blue screen appeared, the blue screen of death. So there's a danger there could be a virus. It's now scanning and repairing the C drive. Anyway, once it's finished, I can log back in and upload the MP4 file. Thankfully, it finished before I was messing about with the browser. Or the Wi-Fi. I turned the Wi-Fi off, you see. And when I turned it back on again, bang. It's a mystery. It's 20 to 9 and it's now uploading. My first attempt, I don't know what happened. I think I was typing in something into the description, and when it went to, it crashed. It had the blue screen up again. So now it's uploading. It seems to be okay. So at 20 to 9 I'm ready to go and get my sandwiches. Just can't think why. I don't know if there's a virus on my machine. These blue screens are very regular at the moment. Anyway, I'm repeating myself, aren't I? Right, put my shoes on and coat and off I go. I think I'm going to have to turn this light off.
everything. Couple of issues, but really, I mean, it's so minor. I don't know if I should talk about it, but I will. I couldn't get a talcum powder. Well, I could have got a talcum powder, but not the one I usually get. I think it's a Superstore thing, and of course this is the one in Lockbridge Drove. I'm talking about Tesco, by the way. And which is an express, so they didn't have it. So I'll have to go elsewhere. Maybe Morrison's. I drive to Morrison's tomorrow. There's something to do. Purpose. Enya Road down. I got 2 sandwiches, but I wanted the Ploughman's. What's it called? Ploughman's cheddar or something. The Ploughman's ones. They didn't have it, so I've got cheese and pickle, which is just as nice. Less messy, even though it has pickle in it. Won't have any vegetables dropping out of the sandwich, like lettuce. So that's the 2 issues really, but I'm sort of drastically running low on powder, which I use on my plates. I'm afraid I'm scared to move the laptop around in case it crashes. Right, so it's uploading. It's going to take about 50 minutes, which means it's going to be ready about 11:20. 11 o'clock, 11, yeah, 10 past 11, around that time. So, yep. In 50 minutes it'll go live automatically.
If you've hit, if you've subscribed and you've hit the bell, which is right next to the subscribe button on YouTube, then you'll get a notification. I don't know if it's a desktop one or an email. I'm not sure if you get texts, but you'll get an alert of sorts. Right, I'm going to have my sandwich now before it gets too late and I start having funny dreams, and probably wrap up the vlog for today.